want a strong and powerful military, and ideally we don't have to use it. You know, we had no wars, 4 years we had no wars, except we defeated ISIS. We defeated ISIS in record time, but we had no wars. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars.
President Trump taking immediate action, speaking with leaders across the globe in the 24 hours after he secured victory. So what will foreign policy look like under President Trump's leadership? Well, former GOP congressman and New York gubernatorial candidate Lee Zeldin joins us now with more. Lee, thanks for being here. What
Great
does
in
a second term here, what does a Trump foreign policy look like?
A continuation of a lot that worked when President Trump was in the office the first time, and President Trump's next term victories have actually already begun. The election was this past Tuesday. You already have the European Union indicating that they'll purchase now possibly United States natural gas to avoid Trump tariffs. There was a caravan that was coming through Mexico that was pretty massive, already cut in half. Qatar kicking Hamas out of its country. President Trump already speaking to President Zelensky about ending the war in Ukraine. That bit that you just played from President Trump on election night is exactly a peace through strength model that worked, of ending foreign wars instead of starting new ones, about having a military that was focused on being America's defenders instead of a woke social experiment. And understanding that we need to treat friends as friends and adversaries as abroad, and never sending our troops into harm's way where they're set up to fail. President Trump has had 4 years of success, from the Abraham Accords to withdrawing from the Iran nuclear deal and more. I think it's about picking up from where he left off and then some. I think his next term is going to be even greater than the last one.
Which aspect of that do you think is most crucial? Because you just laid out a great a list of things that have been done and will be done. When you're looking at moves he'll make early on, what do you put at the top of the list?
Listen, the hottest commodity that President Trump's going to have is time. And President Trump isn't going to have the luxury of just picking one to focus on day one. And President Trump is going to have the ability, with good personnel around him and good policies around him, to look at all of the regions that are an issue and tackle all of them simultaneously out of the gate. So we have to combat illegal immigration and what's coming up through Mexico and flying into our country from other countries, at the same time as looking at an issue in Israel and their existential threats around them, to Ukraine and especially China. I think President Trump is going to have all of this at the top of the list, and he's going to be tackling all of it on day one.
No, you're right. That southern border and our vulnerability there is a national security issue that will certainly be part of the many things he'll be addressing. Help us out, Lee. You know New York politics very well. It's been an interesting week in New York. So you have that Letitia James press conference, which was bizarre and super anti-Trump, and she presumed he's coming after everybody, and she holds this press conference. Yet Donald Trump had a very cordial call, according to Governor Hochul, a call with her about working in New York. So who's right? What's the future of how Donald Trump interacts with New York State and New York City?
President Trump is showing that he truly wants to be the president for all Americans. And it doesn't matter whether or not you're from a blue state, a red state, a purple state. And inside of that state, you don't have to be a Republican or Democrat. Now, Kathy Hochul in 22 called on Donald Trump and Lee Zeldin to leave New York. Yeah. Just a couple weeks ago, she was saying that if you don't vote Democrat, if you vote for President Trump, that you're anti-American. That's not stopping President Trump from wanting to be a president for all Americans. So this is about the people of New York. This isn't about a clash of partisanship through parties. President Trump is making it clear to blue state governors out there and blue city mayors out there that he wants to be able to work with everybody in order to deliver for all Americans. I absolutely love it. And it's truly the leadership that we needed for unity that President Biden spoke about on his inauguration and gave up on the next day.
Yeah, they speak about it all the time, and then they never really follow through. And what they've missed about Trump from the beginning is he actually is a businessman who wants to make things better and is willing to work with people, even if they've dissed him and disagree with him, as you point out. Kathy Hochul been no fan of Donald Trump or Lee Zeldin. But, Lee, you gave it a heck of a run, and we hope you do again. It's great to see you, Lee. Thank you.